Welcome everyone to our first trial run of, I guess you'd call it a little mini class, digital class. I think we're going to go with digital class. We're going to be setting up a YouTube channel today. We have a couple of us on here. If you have questions, please put them in the chat and we're on it to stop and answer questions. Basically, we're going to walk through setting up a YouTube channel. We're going to do it for a barbershop. None of us actually has a barbershop, so this could be fun. I did set up a Gmail account before, so we do have that set up. Let me get out of this. That's first thing you really need is your Gmail. If they're really set up, and Kevin, Chris, you can just jump in at any point and say something.
Oh yeah, and one thing about if you don't want to have a Gmail account, you can take any kind of account, search, create Google account, turn your regular email address into a Google account. Works just the same.
Yep. So, all right. So the first thing we're going to do is go to youtube.com, hit your little barbershop little icon up here, and we're going to go to YouTube Studio. And basically, it's going to ask for a name. We are called. Go ahead.
I just want to add, just think about your name before you pop it in there, because it's too much of a pain in the derriere to try to change it. And you just want to make sure that it either matches your company name or your name, whatever you're using. Make it simple for people to find, I guess.
Yeah.
Simple words, simple, direct to the point, not super long. So that's my words of wisdom, is that I have found that it's easier to create the name before you just throw something in there.
We have a recommendation for Jenna's Barbershop. Jenna's Barbershop.
I see Jenna.
We could do Mr. Beard's Barbershop.
No, it's Slow-Mo. That's what the email address is already tied to, is Slow-Mo Barbershop.
Okay.
Because we go slow and we talk to our clients.
I like that, Beth. Wash hands, huh?
All right, so we're going to channel. And if it gets a little, it takes a while. They've been putting in fiber internet like 4 times today. It's been crazy.
How fun. Ha ha ha.
Wait, so the slowdowns are there for the speed up, right?
Yeah.
That's all right.
That's how it always works, right? Yeah. And of course, we're live,
right,
so normally, nothing ever works when you go live, right?
Yeah, or fast enough. All right, so first thing I normally do is just go and hit the settings and start going through and make sure all my defaults are set up. So we're in the US, so we use US dollars. You can change this to any currency you want. Channel. We're going to set it up for United States. We're going to add some keywords. What other good keywords?
When you're done adding the keywords, I've got some stuff I want to add in this screen specifically. Hair trim.
Beard trim.
Your trim. Shave and a cut.
Mullet. Do they still get those?
Oh,
Shows you
yeah.
my-
Yeah, they still get mullets. It's
bowl
I'm
cut.
not-
What do they call that? Bowl cut.
Oh my.
yeah. Oh, I gotta do cut.
Beth says to add 7 keywords.
We're at
One more. One
We're
more.
at
more.
6. Yeah, I got to get one more in there.
Nose haircut.
Yeah.
I mean,
A
that's
full
what
body shave.
the beard, or I mean the men's barbershop that I was in, they did that
Yeah, mine.
hair trim,
will
nose
do
hair
nose.
trim, not cut. Yeah, Holly Starks is pretty amazing. Thank you, Beth.
All right. So advanced settings. Is this video made specifically for kids?
No.
We're gonna go with no because it's for everybody. Automatic options. We don't want to show inappropriate words. Disable interest-based ads. We're going to leave that unchecked. And that is basically if somebody is looking up vacuums on Amazon and they come to your barbershop video, it can show them an ad for a vacuum cleaner, not just barbershop related. Am I correct in that statement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. Scroll up though. Yeah, this right there, that link account on the right, that area is where people get stuck a lot of times. If you're needing to connect your YouTube and you want to run some YouTube advertising, or at least creating a remarketing list off of that, you're going to need that spot right there.
Jenna, we will get to that keyword research for YouTube here in just a minute. All right, so feature eligibility. Standard features are enabled. Videos over 15 minutes. We're
You have to
eligible
do
for
phone
everything.
verification, right? Yeah.
You have to verify your phone to get access to it. We're not going to do that because this is just a 2-1. Upload defaults. So we can set up specific defaults. Normally, I will do the company's name. So then I could just put in whatever I need to in front of it. So haircut on Casey. So when I'm making a video, all I got to do is put that section in, and it's already got the second half in there. Description, I always put a URL in here. So if I'm trying to get them to my website, then so I would do my website and then where they can sign up. So
Yeah, so if you have an appointment link on your website, if you've got, any links that you want to where you want them to direct, yeah, you want to put that in there too.
yeah. Visibility, we're going to default not private. We want to go public. And then I tend to always do the business name again or your brand name.
So a quick note about the visibility on that. If you choose Private, of course, you'd have to be logged in to be able to see it. If you choose the unlisted, it appears people with the link can view it. The algorithm does not begin evaluating the performance of a video for future optimization, like getting in front of more people and who to get in front of, and until the moment it goes public. There's your date time stamp.
Yeah, and it does not count towards your stats unless it is public. So if you're trying to monetize your channel and you're trying to get those 1,000 subscribers and 4,000, 10,000, I don't remember what the hours are. We'll check here in a minute. But
1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in the
Yeah.
last 365 days.
yeah, so it won't count towards that unless they're public videos. Let's go to the advanced settings. Automatic chapters when available. Yes. The standard YouTube license is normally what I use on everything. Do y'all do anything different?
No, I don't. I do that.
Okay. Category. So what category it is, I really wish they just had like a small business or
I know it'd be so nice, but
Yeah.
they don't. So most of the time, like I did the how to or style or blog, people on
Yeah.
blogs.
we're gonna go with style because we're doing haircuts. Video
When we're
language.
doing mullets, we can go with entertainment. Right?
Funny, Kevin.
For I don't even remember what this was. There's what was it? I don't even language. That's why I'm not finding United States.
English, 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 United States.
Feeling adventurous, huh?
All right.
There you go.
Yeah. So I never put a caption certification. Do y'all? I just leave it as none. There are options.
Oh,
Basically, if it aired on TV,
oh yeah, no,
but I always leave it as none
yeah.
because most everything that I'm doing is videos based on people or businesses and not like commercial. And you really want to fill out as much of this as you can. It takes a little time setting it up.
Yeah, but once you set
it's
it up,
worth
it's
it.
done, and you're not having to change everything every time when you upload you're not asked to say, you won't miss something that's important that should be up there.
Yep. And then
Very
this
good
is I always hold inappropriate comments for review. I haven't tried the increased strictness yet because it's still
Is that new? Obviously, it says experiment because I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it's just showed up in the last. Well, I seen it about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Okay.
So, I haven't played with it, so I don't know how experimentally crazy it'll get. On all my channels that I manage, I'm leaving it off. And then show how many video viewers
Like the video.
like the video. I just leave that checked. Permissions. So you can invite other people to actually help you with this, like I should do with a couple of people on here. It's pretty simple. You just type in the person's email address, give them access. So if they're helping you with edit and descriptions and posting, manager edits can view everything, go live, create and edit content. Editor, and it basically takes away their revenue, so they can't see how much money you make from ads. Subtitle editor and viewer. So
that takes a while. That takes a while for that to happen.
Yeah. So, like, if I was going to give Kevin or Chris, I would just give them manager, because anybody I give permission to, I trust well enough. Community. So if you're doing lives like this, you can add moderators. So like we could add Jenna and Beth as a moderator, and then they can help make sure nobody says stuff in the chat that they're not supposed to. Approved users. So it's not a moderator, but if we know Beth is always sharing really good links and we want to give Beth the ability to share her good links without us having to manually approve them, then we can make her an approved user. I have never even used hidden users.
Yeah, Beth, you're the chat police.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have a new title, Beth, chat police.
Comments and live
Love
chat
it.
messages from these users won't show up. So basically, this is the you can watch my videos, but you can't see anything. User group. I have never used live redirects, even as much as we've done lives.
No, I haven't either.
So, and then you can have your own blocked words. So if you really want to add, I would say all the bad words, you can have them all filter in there.
Oh.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
I can only imagine, Beth. Only imagine.
Don't feed the trolls, right?
Yeah. I bet.
Yeah. And so then the block links, basically any URLs sent in live chat are already blocked. If you select this option, new comments with hashtags and URLs will be held for review. This doesn't apply to the channel owner, moderators, or approved users. So I've been checking this just because it holds them for review, and I want to make sure.
Are we talking eye bleach kind of comments, Beth? I'm hearing the chat police is like needs to be overactive sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we have the creator demographics. It's just a survey to get to know you and see what kind of person you are and learn more about you.
Is that new? I don't remember seeing that either. It's been a while since I've set one up, obviously. So
yeah, it's been, I would say, I did this 3 or 4 weeks ago and it was there. So
okay.
I don't know when they implemented it, but
Okay.
it's been there for a little bit.
Well, it's been a year or two since I've even set one up. So yeah. Okay.
And there is the term of service for the agreements. We can pop Tim in here.
Hey guys.
Hey there, Tim.
Hey, Tim.
Sorry I missed the beginning of it.
It's
all right.
okay.
No
We
worries.
just went through the setup and answering all the setting or setting up all the settings.
So monetization tab is basically if you're trying to get monetized, it shows you how many subscribers of the 1,000 you need, and then how many public watch hours of the 4,000. You can hit this and it'll actually notify you. I've seen it happen. If they have any copyright infringements, the copyright section is where you'll see them. And basically, just don't play Eminem songs in the background while you're recording a video. You'll get copyright infringements. It all needs to be either music or sounds you own. You can do clips from other videos and movies. I believe up to 10 seconds. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I need to look
Does
up the fair
anybody know?
use.
Well,
Yeah.
you can get stuff off of the YouTube channel to use, and then if you have to have the rights to be able to use the music or whatever you're adding, because it will pick that up. I had somebody give me a video that they had a voiceover and with the music in the background, and I told him, I said, "This is copyright." He said, "No, it's not. It's mine." Yeah, well, YouTube said it was copyright, so
Yeah.
you have to have proof that you purchase it. And there's a way to do that on YouTube. I just don't remember how I did it because I did that over a year ago.
Yeah. And there are music services out there that have, it's like the one, I can't even remember the name of it, but I think it was like $15 a month. And they had so many songs on there that, and you just put in the description of your videos, your license, what it's, they'll leave you alone.
And as a bonus, in the YouTube studio, there's actually a music list.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
okay.
have music in YouTube Studio too.
So if you run it on YouTube, does it work for everything else that you go into other channels? Like if you put it on Instagram, or TikTok or something like that, does the YouTube videos allow that, or is it only for Google and YouTube?
For the music part,
yeah.
If it's their music, I believe it's where you get your music's rules. For most of them, it's 1 or 2 specific places you can post it.
Okay.
So, like, I wish I could remember the name of it, but their licensing was based on if you basically connected your YouTube account to them, and then they did their licensing based off of you using music on your YouTube account.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about, and I'm trying to remember the name of them too because
Epidemic.
Yes.
Epidemic Sound.
Yes.
And here,
that's what Real News PR uses.
Here's the
because I know I picked a lot of music out of their stuff.
I pulled up ASCAP. I know that that's something I used to have when I had the venue in Deep Ellum. And so I just went to ascap.com, and it says music website or mobile app is like one of the first licenses too that comes up.
Epic Sound has that trial. I think it's a 7-day trial or something like that.
Yeah, and I'm like, the $19 one
cool.
is
Nice.
good enough for almost everything. I had no issues when I was using it for the company that I was using it for.
No, they're great. It's a very well laid out website because when I first started my podcast, I went there. They logged me in and let me choose my music that I wanted in my intro, and so it's a great website and easy to use and easy to find your genre. And I mean, I loved it. I kind of got lost. I mean, you can get lost just listening to all that kind of music.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and you can create playlists in here. So if you just want to listen to music with no words while you're working, you can just pop up your playlist in here and hit play.
Oh, nice.
I may or may not have done that once or twice, or a whole lot. Just
I think the may have is more like it.
Yeah.
Here's the, I'll share the Epidemic Sound link.
Cool.
Does anybody use the subtitles built in? I've never used this feature.
So, no. Well, I go back after the video's been uploaded and it's in the back end there. Yes, I do. I go fix everything, or, it used to be that you could take it all out of there and I'd put it in a Word document, and then I'd find and correct all my words, and then I'd put it back in, and then I put it at edit. But I can't seem to copy everything out of there now and put it in my own Word document, because then when I did that, I take that Word document and I turn it into a blog.
Ah. Okay.
So I repurpose a lot of things in a lot of different areas, but it just makes it harder for me unless they, and I don't know, maybe I'm doing something wrong, but it used to be super simple. You just went to subtitles after your video was up and you've got all the words there. It's just kind of gobbledygook, and you used to be able to copy and paste that out of there. But recently I haven't been able to do that. So Beth, do you still do that? Tell me if you still do that, because I haven't been able to do it the last few times. Within the last few weeks.
I'll have to check because I know we've been uploading a lot of videos, so I'll look.
Yes, I do it on the back end. I don't do it on the front end.
I used it one time. It was a little bit like a couple months ago. It was a little bit buggier than the one that's in Facebook ads interface. That one's a lot more just easier to use. But
Beth said she doesn't copy and paste out, but she does clean up to optimize the video. So I will play with that over the next 2 weeks when we have our next YouTube video. Comment section is all your comments are going to be. And you can filter them by the ones you haven't responded to or the hold for reviews. I try to respond to comments as much as I can. I personally feel like it helps. If anything, it helps.
No matter what platform you're on, always reply back. Always. And I don't care if it's Facebook, YouTube, Google Business Profile, Google, Yelp. Always respond. Always.
Yep. Analytics. So one videos here, you can actually see how many views, watch time, subscriber counts, and even on what videos are bringing you traffic and getting you subscribers. So this one's a fun one to play with. We'll probably pull up a live YouTube and take a look at some point in the future. Y'all want to do content or playlist?
So
playlist.
before we get too far, I'd really like to answer Jenna's question.
Which
or do you have it
about the?
Yeah. Or do you have it farther in your presentation?
Oh, look at that. Yeah, we're gonna to the research.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
Okay.
So Beth, do you just straight use the caption feature in YouTube, or do you use something else frequently?
Oh, look at that. Y'all are in trouble now.
Oh, you haven't seen that yet? You don't know how to do that?
No, I didn't. I didn't know you could do that.
Oh yeah, you can put all kinds of fun banners. You can have pre-printed banners up there too.
Yeah, the pre stuff. I didn't
look, Beth. You're famous.
Stuff. So now, when we ask a question and you answer,
yes,
I could be like, yes.
Beth is famous.
Said
yes, she is.
Right there on the screen. Sorry.
Wow,
I get excited easily. I'm sorry. All right. So playlist is basically.
I just got to adapt to that. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Playlists are basically collections of videos, and you get set the order of them and a title and description for your playlist, and each playlist has its own URL, so you can link people straight to that. Content there's basically it'll give you your visibility restrictions. So if copyright infringement, just because you have a copyright infringement doesn't mean you'll take down the video unless a really bad one. We have some on some of our channels where a snippet of music can barely be heard, and basically what they do is mark it as copyright, and any ads played on that video, the owner of the copyrighted music gets the ad revenue from it. So just keep that in mind.
That's a kick in the pants.
Yeah. So if you're trying to make a living off of content on YouTube, you don't want those at all. And then there are basically two ways to create videos. You can upload or go live. To go live, you do have to have a verified phone number. And you can just use your built-in camera like we do here. Let's get to here. Watch this. I could scroll back up and do this. Boom.
So you can't copy and paste anymore. You still can't. I'm in there on mine, and it won't let me. So unless there's a new little button that you got to do somewhere, which is kind of a bummer on subtitles.
Yeah. So Jenna asked, where's a good place to do keyword research?
Mm-hmm.
Now this is going to be, actually, we'll leave that one up. It's kind of surprising, but YouTube is a good place to do it. There is the barbershop. Oh, if I could spell it right. Basically, here's some good keywords. Most of, if you just do barbershop though, it's like barbershop the movie. So you kind of want to.
That's too generic of a term, really.
Yeah, you want to go a little bit more specific. Beth said you can export.
Oh.
So basically, really what you want to do is find a video you like, make it through the ad.
Was that a question, Beth? Like, can you export the video? I don't know if you can export the audio file.
Statement.
Yeah. I mean, going into the editor, I see the option to be able to, in the video editor for YouTube, able to add one of their tracks. I'm assuming you should be able to add your own file. I haven't tried it in here, but I don't see.
Oh, okay. So download subtitles. Let me see.
What, really? Ooh.
That's new. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's like in a notepad. So it downloads it into a notepad. And then I would copy it out of the notepad and put it in a Word document. And edit it that way. Be a lot faster. Yep. That's what you have to do. So now they have 3 buttons when you go to duplicate and edit. They have 3 options. They have 3 options. They have download subtitles, clear text, or upload file. So obviously, if you download it first, clean it up, and then you'd upload it to get all of your corrections taken care of. So that's new.
Oh, look at that. That is awesome.
It's a few more steps. It used to be easier to copy and paste, but okay. So Beth, to answer your question, yes, you can download the subtitles, but you have to go into what I did was I went into the duplicate and edit when you go to the subtitles tab. and I click duplicate and edit. And then the edit timings is where the 3 little dots are. And that's where it tells you how to download subtitles, clear text, or upload file. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good. So to answer Jenna's question from earlier, for keyword research in YouTube, basically I use a little program called vidIQ. It's free. They do have paid versions, and they have a Chrome. So I make sure that I have the Chrome extension on because it will tell me everything about the video. So this particular has 5 views in the last 60 minutes, 6 views in the 48 hours, 6 views in the last 7 days, 18 minutes total watched in the last 7 days, and has gained them subscribers. Or wait, because never mind. That's the channel one. So if you're logged on a channel, it'll tell you your stat.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry. Go ahead.
So this one has a vidIQ score of 90. It tells you how many views and the duration of the video. Gives their thumbnail, and you can actually click the view thumbnail and red. So that's the total size of their thumbnail. It tells you the SEO scores. Here's the video tags. So all the tags, if they rank for a spot, it'll tell you what spot they rank in for that search term. So if we search James Zapp, this will be number 1, and Dapper Den will be 3. And then these are the tags for the channel where we were setting them in earlier. So if we go back just for shop haircut, it'll give you the top 3 related opportunities. If you get the Pro, there is 28 more keywords that it can show you, and some related queries. And it pulls that. The top channels for this search term are Haircut Harry, Beard Brand, and Hair Hood. The highest views, average subscriber count, how many videos in the last 7 days. So this is going to be completely random and off topic. Like the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial, when that first started, the last 7 day videos are going to be high. But if we're trying to rank for a 90s toy, those videos have been up forever, so they're not going to have videos in the last 7 days. The average age of the video is 3 years. So these videos have been up for a long time. That the barbershop haircut phrase doesn't appear in any of the titles or the descriptions. So you maybe will stand a chance just adding that in there. But competition is high and volume is high. So that's normally how I do it, is I'll start hunting down. So then I'll check the next set of keywords from here and check those and see what keywords and what videos pop up. Like here's a flawless fade technique. I just need you to pause. Did we lose Tim?
Come back, Tim.
Yeah. So here's all the video tags. So oh, it's playing. So basically, if you start grabbing some of these and putting them in your tags or in your description, it will help. It even tells you the topic. So if it's not what do we choose? Style. We could change that one video to lifestyle to help it rank, because we know this guy ranks really good for that. Does that help, Jenna?
So
that
may
help?
I add?
Yeah.
I love TubeBuddy.
I knew you were going to say that.
I love TubeBuddy because I can put my phrases in there, and they have a free version too. I do pay for they're a little on the high side as far as I'm concerned, but I do use TubeBuddy, and I love putting my phrases in there to find what the best search phrases are for whatever I'm doing. So whoever I'm working with, whether it be for myself or somebody else, just to try to grab some attention-grabbing titles that YouTube likes. So that's why I use TubeBuddy.
Yeah, I need to try that again. I used them probably 2 years ago, and it was, don't get me wrong, this one, and I should go back to them because I know they're
but I use them both. I mean, I use vidIQ as well, because that came from Jeremy, and that's the important thing is that you got to try what works best for you. Just because I like TubeBuddy doesn't mean that you do, and just because you like vidIQ doesn't mean that I do. You have to use what works best for each individual, right? And so,
yeah.
But I have vidIQ on there too, and I see all the stats. I don't use them as much as I probably should. So it's a friendly reminder that Christine needs to review that again. So, these things are good to do and reminders, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Beth.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Beth.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
ma'am.
Oh no. Where did
The
this
chat police is here. The chat police is here.
You're not supposed to do this. This is what my dog just did to my shoe.
Wow.
I'm
He's
sorry.
Really bored. Really bored.
Because you're not paying attention to him. That's why.
Exactly right. Y'all have to see how big this dog is.
Like he's a kid, and you're on the phone, so pay attention to me.
Right.
Nope.
Where's that other shoe, huh?
I know. I'm worried because I wear those shoes every day.
Not anymore.
So, Jenna, Google Trends also has a YouTube section. Drop down at the top. So you can just on a quick search, you can pull that one up. Or I can drop one in here real quick. Try hair salon. Plenty of traffic there.
You can even just go to the YouTube channel and type in their little toolbar, just like you do Google in YouTube. Type in some keywords and see what the drop down brings you.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
I do that a lot too, to try to get some good titles so I can get their videos watched. And they've grown a lot in the I guess it's about a year and a half that I've been working with them on their channel. Let's put it this way, trying to work with them on their channel. They don't always do what I suggest, but when we started, I think we had around 200. I think he probably had about 200 subscribers, maybe. We're close to 600 now.
Nice.
So it's kind of magic when you hit that 500 number, and they seem to grow a little faster. Like we got to 500 about a month ago, and now we're almost sitting at 600 within the last month. So there's something that goes on with that algorithm. Google starts showing you more that you're a real person.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yep. All right. So the last thing we want to do to our channel is actually customize the channel. And I don't know about y'all, but I use to do this.
Use what?
They have a free version and pro version. Canva.
Ah,
Yep, they've got a ton of templates for that. Because the YouTube
Yeah.
template is very odd.
So I have I took a class from Justin Brown, if anybody's heard him, and I paid for his series, and he has a template that I absolutely love, and it works perfectly, and it's actually done in Microsoft. What is that called?
PowerPoint?
Thank you, PowerPoint. And I'm telling you, it was so simple to add, and because it tells you exactly where to put everything. And I did one once, and I only had to tweak it a very little bit. It was awesome.
nice.
Yeah, and like some of these are, you got to kind of know what you're looking for. So, like Chris was saying, this is going to be a bad YouTube channel cover. It'll never come out right. You're wanting to look for something that has all the stuff is pretty much directly in the center. So, well, that one's pro. Let's not do a pro one. Here, we'll go with
The
this one.
problem is I like all the pro stuff, so
Oh,
I had to
yeah.
join pro.
I joined pro. It's
It's worth
$13
$130
a month.
a year or whatever.
Yeah,
Plus, you're helping other people. So,
yeah. It's totally worth it.
Smarter with Jenna. That is a true statement.
And actually, I'm just going to leave this just like this because we're just going to leave it. You just hit download. You can leave it as the default size. Hit down. Downloads. Here's our banner image. This is what we just made in Canva. Kind of. 618, so it's that one. Okay. So viewable on all devices is what is in that little desktop will be that section. So it still looks good. And if they're looking at it on a TV, it looks like that. So we'll hit done. Close that and English. Go back to here and reload. And there's our new custom banner. So
Nice.
you do want to add a profile picture. It makes you look way more professional.
Yes.
It can really. I pretty much typically use logos. Are y'all pretty much the same? I mean,
No, I use my picture, and I use people's pictures because people want to see live people. They want to see your pretty face.
Beth offered to show her corporate channel if you're okay with that. Whenever
Yeah.
we get to that point, and then
Yeah.
if you want to show off one, Chris.
Yeah, I was going to show you what the banner on the auto shop.
yeah.
Jenna loves the banner.
love the banner. Well, it does look great. I love the colors and everything. So, yeah, I if it's okay with you guys, I would like to show my corporate channel, just because
Yes.
we've been talking about B2C, and I'd love to
Yeah.
show you and just talk about a second what happens
Yep.
a lot of B2B. Okay, so
So
how do
at
I
the-
do this? Share screen?
Yep. Share screen and
Screen.
then
Hold on. Screen. Hold on. I'm gonna pull this up so that we can covering up all my other stuff that I'm working on. Okay. This picture might look familiar. Can y'all see that?
there
Yep.
we go.
Oh, hey.
Church. Okay, so and so basically the company that I work for, it does human resources outsourcing, payroll outsourcing. It's not sexy and not exciting. But what is interesting is when I was hearing Chris talk about always respond to your comments, we sort of have the opposite trouble, because like Ford hires us to do the enrollment for their 401k and for their health plans. And so, we have hundreds of thousands of people that are using our platforms to do their enrollment. And so they're like, the employees. So as you can imagine, they're not writing great reviews about us, or they're not happy. By the time they get to social media, they're not happy. And so part of our job is to monitor that and to kind of mitigate that. So our strategy is to, we've got a strategy in place to forward those to customer service. But I turn off comments on a lot of our videos, because, here's our CEO talking about something. I'm not sure if the comments are turned off on this particular one. But if someone's mad, they're going to come in here and say, Stefan, I had a terrible experience enrolling for my 401k. So it's kind of a little bit opposite than that engaging piece of it. And, it all comes down to, how many people do we have to work to monitor that? If we, Southwest Airlines has a gigantic, and in fact, several years ago, they did a tour of their social media section of the company, and they have the infrastructure in place to do that, whereas we don't. So that's just kind of one interesting thing.
Well, I think it really also, I probably should have clarified that a bit. It really depends on, I'm a service-based business.
Right.
So I think it depends on your business and what you're doing. So that may not work for what you're doing, and turning off comments. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. And so we have several playlists here. If we are having a webinar or our CEO is interviewed, we have featured videos, which is, this might be, and I haven't done it on this one yet, but this would be a perfect one to do the strategy that Chris was talking about with the closed captioning. So on some of my older ones, I just probably updated this, about 2 weeks ago. So, or no, actually, has it really been a month ago? Golly, July totally disappeared from us. So, but this would be a perfect example of one that you would want to go through and get those, because all the keywords that are getting put into here, maybe I can't make it into a blog post, but I can certainly make sure that this is optimized correctly, so that this is a term that people do search on earned wage access, just to make sure that it gets more coverage on YouTube. So I mean, but I do try and put my 7 keywords in there every time, like Holly said. I don't know why, I just do it because Holly said so. And it does seem to make a difference. And then to go back to Chris's comment about subscribers, we saw the same thing, Chris. We had very low subscribers even a year and a half ago, and it's still not huge. But our subscribers have really gone up once we hit that 500 mark. It was like something in the algorithm really, really makes it go through the roof, or
Well, I think I really think it's Google saying that, okay, these people must be somebody and people like their stuff, and I need to show them more often because they got 500 subscribers. So I can only imagine once we hit 1,000 or 2,000, I can only imagine what it's going to be like then.
Mm-hmm.
So
and very briefly, we're fighting against ADP, and we did have a video here, and now we don't, which is another reason to optimize that. So it's interesting. All the little, for each platform, there's all these little tricks that you can do to make it.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough, fighting against the negative comments and not being able to take advantage of that power.
Yeah, it is, and we do the best we can. We have, and then we also have to deal with privacy issues because this is people's insurance. So we direct them offline as quickly as we can.
yeah.
But you're working with a tight little, very tight audience, right? I mean, this isn't going to be broadly it's not going to be just the general public, right? So getting numbers is it's.
Yeah, we do have some clients that we work with that we do sell some into the general public, but for the most part, no, we don't. But to go on a content sidebar, we have content that's about navigating the healthcare system, and it, of course, does really well because people are actually searching for that in larger numbers than earned wage access.
Yeah, like trying to reach into the that's got to be like tricky, trying to like move from the B2B to the B2C, and
it is. But that's why I have a job.
So do y'all email the videos to people?
We have a demand generation department that does occasionally use videos, either on their Marketo landing pages or maybe directly in the emails. But I couldn't tell you how frequently that's done.
Okay. I was just wondering if y'all added like the URL variable for the subscription. So when they go to the video on YouTube.
I'm sure they don't. That's fun. That's a great idea.
Does the
Okay, I'm going to say it this way so it doesn't sound so bad. The channel we're on right now had a 10% increase of subscriptions in the last 48 hours for adding that to the subscribe button or subscribe you variable to the URL when we send out the email.
Oh,
interesting.
I like that.
So
interesting.
Just a thought.
Yeah, and what we usually do is we embed videos with Wistia because it optimizes better for the websites. But they could. I have no idea if they're sending out YouTube videos within an email. I don't know the answer to that question.
So does your company, Beth, have Facebook, Twitter, and
LinkedIn?
And Instagram. Mm-hmm. So is there a reason why you don't have that up on your banner?
That's a very good question. This, to me, is a repository for optimization of these videos.
Gotcha.
Because we use Wistia and we're embedding them, this is not our primary channel for this.
Okay.
Thanks, Jenna. Talk to you later.
Thanks, Jenna. Okay, I'm just curious.
Curious. No, I mean, you're right. That would be best practice, but our LinkedIn strategy is the strongest, obviously, because we're B2B. Twitter's kind of like a be there or be square,
right?
And then Facebook is mainly internal.
Gotcha.
Anything we're doing, with internal initiatives or talent acquisition. And then Instagram, we throw that in there a lot of times for events because we
Okay.
get good response there. So
Yeah.
I would say it's more like this is almost like a Be There or Be Square, except that I do have the ability to optimize these videos to get better coverage in Google search. So.
Yeah.
That's nice. Awesome.
So we're running a little bit. We're running into overtime. I guess. Do we have? I want to squeeze in Chris's channel.
Yeah,
Oh.
we can real quick.
Sure.
Thank you for letting us showcase that, Beth.
Sure, it's fun. Like I said, it's how I have a job.
All right.
Well, this is
So that's what we did for, that's what I came up with for his banner, because so many people like to clutter it. And honestly, I hate the car trouble. We fix everything, but they forced me to put that in there. But at least, you've got
I like the little
spread
arrow.
out. It's spread out enough that, you can see it. And of course, when it's on the phone, you miss the right and the left side, but you can see where the lines are. But it was super simple putting it together on that. Oh my God, I hate being old.
PowerPoint.
Thank you. And I just copied the pictures up there and put it all up there, and words if I needed to add the words. But so, and then we have it broken out into, you always want a welcome video, which I know we're going to talk about more later. And once they subscribe, this welcome video goes away, and then you have a new video that will always show up if somebody lands on that channel. I'm assuming you all know that, right? And then playlists, that's the most important thing, are your playlists and breaking things out. And but that's one of the channels that I work on.
So do you think weekly, you find weekly performs best, or is that just the easiest to optimize towards?
So, the goal really is for him to do videos every week, him and Dr. Laura. And they don't always do that. Sometimes I get 3 videos in 1 week and I'm like, dude, I only get so many hours with you, but that's kind of how they operate. And, luckily he doesn't get on my case too often, but, and I'm sure that you'll go into all the description and what's important in the description, and and timestamps. Timestamps are real important these days. You don't really want Google to choose your timestamps because they may not find the right ones that you want to point out. So I do all the timestamps and all that kind of good stuff. But that's just a quick rundown of, we're at 569. So in a month, we've gained 69 subscribers.
When you say
Nice.
Dr. Laura, you don't mean Dr. Laura, Dr. Laura.
No, not that. No, not that Dr. Laura.
Myself.
No. Let's see. This Dr. Laura right here. They have a lot of fun doing their show. I don't know if I have a better picture of her, but we mostly promote Jerry because he's the owner.
Yeah.
On the are you playing around? You said date on the timestamps. You're talking about chapters and
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you doing any shorts or letting it where's the option to let
I'm
it?
letting YouTube choose the shorts if they want to, but none of these are short. These are all 5 to 10 minute videos. Every once in a while I get a 3-minute video, but it's rare. It's normally a average 5, 6, 7 minute videos that they're doing.
Okay.
And sometimes they show the parts, and sometimes they show the car, and sometimes they go out into the workspace and show the actual car and video the actual car problem, and then show the new part that they're putting in. So it just kind of depends on what happens in their shop that week.
Do you
They
do
kind of wing it, even though I sent them a a list, they just wing it. So, I try to do it for keywords for them, but they do their own thing. Sometimes, clients want to do their own thing.
Do you
Imagine
do
that.
like intros or outros, or just let
Uh-huh.
it
Oh
go?
no, intros and outros on well, that he won't. I had to force him to put the outro on this because he does all of his in Camtasia. And so it'd be double work for me if I tried to put an intro on it. But on a different channel, on my gal who's the anxiety coach, I did all intros and outros, and I did those through Canva.
Nice. Are there tips that either of you have on thumbnails?
I just follow Jeremy's advice. Stay within the colors. Make sure you remember. I always have to check, but down in the right-hand corner is the timestamp. You can see most of these are 6, 5, 6, 7, 3. You don't want words down where the timestamp is, how long it is. There's just simple little tricks that I've learned from Jeremy. Every once in a while, and I've redone quite a few of them because in the beginning, I always tried to put too many words on. Mm-hmm. And so my biggest test that I could recommend for anyone is when I make a thumbnail and I put it up there, I get my phone out and I look at it on my phone. And if it's too small, then I go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
And Jeremy will be hosting our first full tips and tricks on the 16th. Jeremy Vest for
great.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's little things like that will make your thumbnails. Less is more, and too many people try to cram everything on there. Some of these are still a little busy, but when you're on the computer, they're big. They're not bad on the phone, but there's a few that I need to still redo. I mean, the more you do it, the better you become. I mean, right. If I could show you my first ones, yeah, right. Eek, right? I thought they were super good, but I've gone back and redone the majority of them, not all of them, but I just stay within their brand colors, like this one here. I haven't redone that one. That really probably should be redone. But there's a couple in here that are super old. But if you look at some of their let's see.
Where are they located?
You look.
Where are they located?
In Plano. Jupiter and Parker Road.
Okay.
I'm not sure why internet's moving so slow today, but
well, anyways,
yeah, we're probably gonna need to go too, but I just wanted to share that with you.
Thank you,
and
Beth.
we can always talk about more stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to have to bow out. I've still got the dog issue going on.
Save the other shoe.
Somebody wants your attention.
Right, I didn't know where the shoe is, and my husband got home and everything just went to hell in a handbasket.
So I guess we'll
always does.
Well, it's great
to see you, Beth.
It was great to see you too.
Yep.
Thank you so much, and this is our inaugural
so much.
setup meeting.
Thank you.
This is our inaugural setup meeting, which we'll be doing the first Tuesday of every month, 5:30 Central. We're brought to you by DFW SEM, and we will be returning on the 16th at 5:30 Central as well, on the third Tuesday of every month. But this one will be Jeremy Vest. He's a master of YouTube. So.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.